Say 2020 party over, oops, out of time. Tonight we're gonna party like it's episode 99. If you do happen to be digitally checking in this week in between Christmas and New Year's, here's a belated gift for you. Some fresh, original content coming to you from the warm, occasionally sunny vistas of Palm Beach, where people like me go to ultimately see and hang out with all the same people we see and hang out with the rest of the year back in New York. Vacation. Of course, with young kids and extended family, is it ever really a vacation as opposed to just a change in physical location? We call it a trip. Throw in the fact that my mother-in-law finally discovered Facebook, and she's absolutely killing me. Talking about new friends, surpassing 100 friends, asking tons of questions about how to undo things that she accidentally pressed or touched or deleted or liked. And most recently, why she can no longer see the profiles and messages to people that she was previously friends with until she literally sent dozens of texts and private messages. Answer, they blocked her. I've deliberately not accepted her friend requests, and the stereotype has become a reality, and it's ruining my vacation, my relaxation situation, and oh crap, she just discovered Instagram. Spending a week in Palm Beach, within spitting distance of the president, it is hard not to be reminded of it everywhere you are, from the second you land and see Air Force One at the airport to the whiteout of Trump faithful near Mar-A-Lago. Here's what I think of them. The good news is that I packed my array of politically inspired t-shirts, and they're ready to go, starting with this Michelle Obama 2020 shirt that I ordered the day after the 2016 election. And as 2020 now arrives, the real countdown isn't for a new year, but a new gear, which the campaign to restore democracy officially kicks into. Are you ready for it? There's been an increasingly vocal debate about hustle culture in and around some of the professional digital channels lately. And in some cases, it's a backlash meant to restore some of the work-life balance that seems to have been frowned upon with the last 20 years of startup culture. And here's the thing. I actually understand both sides and think there can be a happy medium. I'm someone who's always thrown himself into work, thinking and planning and working even when I should be disconnecting. There's also something to be said about being more mindful and productive when the hours are purposefully limited. Thing is, I'm not capable of just turning off my brain. I don't know how. And while I'm fearful of a long-term burnout, I don't see it happening. This client-centric professional economy in which I find myself wants to pay less for more work, better work. But I know others aren't wired the same way that I am. They do need to disconnect. Heck, the French Supreme Court ruled that companies must allow workers to unplug. So, while I would never punish someone for pursuing a greater balance, I also believe in rewarding those who will put in more time when the results prove that work was worth it. So, in the new year, let's go in understanding the realities of demand and supply and value, but also be willing to push our own limits and challenge expectations and never settle for doing the bare minimum. After 5 years now with TSA PreCheck, it was actually time to renew. I'm not sure how many people have gone through this process, but I can honestly say that it's been the best $85 I spent over these past few years. And considering it comes out to like $17 per year, I mean, come on. Unfortunately, you have to renew it in person, which meant going to a TSA-approved location. But if you make an appointment online in advance, I was in and out in like under 2 minutes, and I'm good to go until 2025. Means no taking off shoes, no removing computers from bags, no hassle. And now Delta gives different line durations in advance, so you know exactly when you need to get to the airport, how long it's going to be to wait to get through security. And in fact, I also have Clear,
which means I am never going to wait in line ever again. So, practically speaking, why isn't everyone doing this? If you travel like 2 or 3 times a year, it's worth it. Of course, if everyone does it, then those shorter lines would disappear and everyone would be on the short line, and then it'll become the long lines. And okay, so maybe don't do it and just stick with the Gen Pop when you travel, okay? And disregard everything I just said. Cool? Thanks.